Hurricane Michael has made landfall as a devastating Category 4, borderline Category 5 hurricane near Mexico Beach, Florida. It is the first Category 4 or 5 storm ever to hit the Florida Panhandle, and it is the third strongest U.S. landfall in recorded history. Let's get the latest now on Hurricane Michael. You can see just a beautiful hurricane. This thing never quit strengthening into landfall, which means the wind damage is going to be horrific at the coast. We've already had wind gusts to 130 miles an hour near Tyndall Air Force Base, and reports of up to 9 feet of storm surge inundation in Apalachicola. All that is going to be just little snippets of the reports we get from this storm. This was a very historically powerful hurricane as it made landfall. Now, this is the update as of 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central from the Hurricane Center. Winds were 155 miles per hour. 156 is a Category 5. So I'm sure they'll be looking at the damage and the wind data that we get to determine whether or not Michael might have been a Category 5 at landfall. And if that's the case, it would join 1935, Camille in 69, and Andrew in 92. So this is a rare event. This isn't just a strong hurricane. This is a historic one. You can see, again, the track is still going to be a hurricane later tonight as it moves into Georgia. And then we have the tropical storm advisories along the Carolina coastline. And Michael will move up and out, but obviously the damage is being done now. You can see just a perfectly symmetrical eye as this storm came ashore right over Mexico Beach. Areas like Port St. Joe, Apalachicola, Panama City, you guys are getting slammed. But Mexico Beach took the brunt of the right eye wall, as well as a lot of high storm surge, and we're not hearing anything yet out of there. So we'll see what the damage is, but my guess is that that might be pretty much ground zero. You can see the powerful northern eye wall still pushing in towards the Florida mainland there. You can see that even better. We lost the Tallahassee radar, by the way. Remember in Puerto Rico last year, we lost the San Juan radar with Maria, which was a 155 mile an hour storm. We lost the radar in Andrew back in 92, which was a Category 5. When you're dealing with hurricanes this strong, those radars take a beating. There you can see the northern eye wall moving over Panama City, and that surge is going to be building there. St. Marks, Florida, Apalachicola, St. George Island, probably inundated as you see this update around the 2 o'clock hour Eastern time, 1 o'clock Central. And again, the eye of the hurricane has made landfall. It's now moving. It's moved over East Bay, and it's now pushing into the mainland. Here's another look at the radar, and look at that eye as it came on shore. Just an amazingly tight circle, and that pressure falling below 920 millibars was pretty rare. As you can see right there, Mexico Beach took the brunt of the hit, and I hate to see what we're going to see out of there. I really do. This is going to be one that the Panhandle certainly never forgets. The worst they've ever seen on the Florida Panhandle in recorded history. So we have the threat of power outages, which are already occurring, power lines down, trees down. Again, there's a lot of foresty area if you've ever been here in North Florida, and when you're dealing with a Category 4 borderline 5 hurricane moving in, those winds are going to take a while to die down. So as it moves into Georgia, you're going to have that swath of hurricane winds come along with it, causing just widespread power outages, down trees, down power lines. To say nothing of the 155 mile an hour winds that are occurring right now on the shore. And of course the storm surge piling up. Just bad news all around. We've seen storm chasers in trouble. We've seen reporters on TV getting blown down. This is a very, very bad hurricane. On a scale of 1 to 5, this is on the borderline of 4 and 5. That's how bad this hurricane is. And to say nothing of the water impact, all these barrier islands like St. George, Port St. Joe, I mean, horrible water rises from what we've seen so far. So again, a historic and devastating hurricane, Michael, making landfall October 10th, 2018. The strongest hurricane to hit America this late in the year. We did have Category 4 Hazel back about, what was that, like 64 years ago, but that pales in comparison to Michael. Just take a look at that there. a very tremendous hurricane, an awesome hurricane, coming ashore in the Florida Panhandle with 155-mile-per-hour winds. I'm Mike Naso, and I'll see you guys next time as we see what happens from devastating and historic Hurricane Michael.